All right, it's time for the One Piece update, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while. I have to pull out information, as a matter of fact, to tell you, because I can't remember what the last One Piece update I gave you was. Okay? And then we can do a Shai react as well. Mugiwara! Ladies and gentlemen, after Punk Hazard, we moved on to, let's pull up the One Piece arcs. Story arcs, a complete order. As you guys know, after Fishman Island, and I was watching it after Fishman Island, after going through Fishman Island after a long ass hiatus, I basically stopped watching One Piece for months. And the reason why I stopped watching One Piece for months is because it was impossible to watch with the pacing. It was really, 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 really unimaginably hard to follow. Okay? I'll tell you, it was hard. And then my saving grace, after forcibly getting myself to go through Punk Hazard, was One Piece. As you guys know, I started watching One Piece, which is a fan-made cut. I started watching One Piece on Streamio, where I use the magnet links automatically, and I just stream it. And it was fucking phenomenal. Okay? And let me tell you, it saved me. But let's start talking about Dressrosa. Dressrosa is a very long arc, as far as I understand it. It is after entering the New World, the Straw Hats led to Punk Hazard by a distress call. They leave Punk Hazard with a samurai. And they get to Dressrosa alongside Trafalgar D. Law, Kinemon, and Momonosuke, with a captive Caesar to broker a deal with Doflamingo. This was a phenomenal arc. Why? A phenomenal arc. Because Doflamingo, probably my favorite arc, as a matter of fact. Why? Because Doflamingo is the greatest villain. Don Quixote Doflamingo is incredible. Okay? He is phenomenal. He's hot. He's so powerful. It seems like he's an impossible villain to beat. He has his puppet master fingers in literally every orifice. He has a very clear-cut agenda. He's motivated by vengeance for what the world originally promised him. Initially a member of the Celestial Dragons, his father decides to go down into the real world and live alongside the normal humans in the depths, alongside the normies. And the normies, of course, eviscerate them. Okay? It's a story of white privilege. Okay? It's a story of white supremacy. It's a story of white privilege. It's a story about a dude who literally, much like many of these dudes who think like they're Vikings, they're descendant of Vikings or whatever, but they live in fucking Iowa, is all about a guy who desperately wants to capture, at first, desperately wants to capture what he believes he's entitled to, and then basically decides, because he's not getting what he's entitled to, that he's just going to destroy the entire process. Okay? He's great. One of my favorite parts about it, of course, was one of my favorite parts about Dressrosa is that, like, obviously there's a big like gladiator arc within Dressrosa, which I personally love. A lot of politics, which I personally love. Dofi's dad is so liberal coded. Exactly. Yeah, for sure. Okay. Dressrosa is shrouded with many secrets, as you guys know. What's up with these toys? Why are they living alongside the real normal humans? Like, what the fuck's happening there? Okay. Why is this entire place run by a crazy madman who also secretly has a dual life, as he's a weapons manufacturer for every conflict around the planet, and also simultaneously has mob ties? Doflamingo is literally the CIA in many ways, okay? Think about it. Manufactures weapons and arms every conflict globally, okay? Has direct ties to organized crime and manipulates organized crime, runs the entire show after plotting a fucking psyop, or not even a psyop, basically a psyop, but also a black flag, a false flag operation, overtaking the entire country and running the show. And on top of that, he works for the government. He's got it all. Doflamingo is a CIA-backed narco state? Pretty much. And especially when the Cypher Pole guys come in to protect his ass, you start to realize, like, there's more to it. There's more going on here. And I don't know. Maybe there is more going on there. I still don't know with the arc that I'm at. I'm in Wano now. But it has been really, really interesting watching his... it has been really interesting watching his story unfold. But even then, there's a better guy. There's a bigger guy behind the scenes. There's one of the emperors. This is where you first briefly get, a look into. You briefly get a look into one of the pirate emperors, the 4 pirate emperors. Obviously, there's like a back and forth altercation with Mama, but that becomes more important later in the Whole Cake Island arc. But this is where you learn about Kaido. Kaido reveal is pretty fucking sick. Kaido is a drunk. Kaido is a drunk libertarian. He is libertarian coded. Yes. And of course, you find out that he's not only a weapons manufacturer, but he's like linked up with Kaido, one of the 4 pirate emperors, as he supplies them with like fake ass devil fruits. That's where Caesar ties in. There's a lot that goes on in this world, basically, where you're immediately introduced to like so many different kingdoms, so many different characters, especially in the gladiator side. And then there's like 2 different background arcs that are incredible. Okay. You mean Gangster Gastino? That comes later, but that's a great one. Incredible for world building. Probably now my favorite arc, I would say. Okay. Definitely fell back in love with One Piece during the Dressrosa arc. The Sabo reconnection with Luffy is a really emotional moment where Luffy finds out that Sabo is alive and Sabo is a part of the Revolutionary Guard. Incredible. Love that part. Obviously, anything that you see of the Revolutionary Army is always phenomenal. Trafalgar Law's backstory, Trafalgar D. Law's backstory is incredible. Okay? Is so fucking good. That one actually made me tear up. And then there was another lore dump, another backstory that I really like. Oh, of course, Rebecca and the Tin Soldier. Rebecca and the Tin Soldier, and the story of the Tin Soldier who never gave up, who kept fighting over and over and over again until he ends up defeating, just like he wanted to, and basically freeing all the people that are trapped as toys. Every part of it is incredible. Okay? Every part of the story is incredible. I loved it. I thought personally, hard-boiled Senior Pink's backstory. Senior Pink's backstory also made me cry a little bit. Oda is fucked for Rebecca's character design. I don't know what you're talking about. Fucking Senior Pink is awful. No, he's not. He's incredible. No, he's awesome. Also, let me explain something to you, okay? Oda either draws the sexiest woman with the, hourglass figure with the biggest boobs and biggest butt you've ever seen, or the ugliest woman you've ever seen, and nothing in between. There's nothing there. It's just like, sometimes, literally, the sexiest body on the ugliest woman you've ever seen. That's the only distinction he makes, is like, when he draws like an insane 25-year-old woman's body and puts like a 700-year-old old lady's face on it. Oh, Hasan's misogyny arc. You know what's ironic about it? is that I personally think that Oda's drawing skills are really funny when it comes to like drawing women. I think it's like ridiculous. I think it's out of control. I like my favorite character look is All Sunday, Miss All Sunday. Nico Robin before the time skip is literally, I think, the best looking One Piece character of all time. Okay, and I think Nico Robin post time skip when she loses the bangs doesn't look as good. They also made her whiter, which I guess like she looked whiter in I guess she also looked whiter in the manga, but still pre-time skip Robin is incredible. Anyway, yeah, Kureha, Dr. Kureha is the example that I'm referencing, but the other one is also Brule in Whole Cake Island, where she literally has like a sexy the body of like a 20-year-old. Latina Robin is the best Robin. Anyway, yeah, Brule is the same look. But going back to it, where the fuck were we? Okay, so Dressrosa arc. Trafalgar D. Law's full name is revealed. More information about the Celestial Dragons is revealed. Gear 4 is introduced. My controversial opinion is that Gear 4, it's all right. It's not that good. Maybe people will get mad at me for this, but I think Gear 4 is fine. It's not that good. I don't think the Bounce Man is that good. It's weird, but Snake Man is better. Snake Man comes later, though. Remember, Gear 4, like when he becomes a bouncy ball, is like it's whatever, you know. But we'll see. We'll see what it looks like in Wano. What else? Oh, God Usopp, incredible moment as well. There's so much that happens in Dressrosa, and I probably should have like recapped it while I was watching, I realize, but I didn't. So now I'm stuck trying to remember all of those moments. But after that, we get to the Zoo arc, Zoa or Zoo. And I think this is the first time where I was like, am I a furry? Like, what's happening? Like, this is the first time. I can't believe I'm admitting this, but the Zoo arc basically like made me understand furries a little bit. It did. Like, there's so much fan service there, but I get why people love, I get why people are furries a little bit. Okay? Straight up, I'll say it. Can't believe you're skipping Zoro's part in Dressrosa. I can't remember. What did Zoro do in Dressrosa? I see, it's been a while since I watched it. What, versus Pika? Is that what you said? Pico? Oh. He sliced the castle man. Yeah, I mean, that was cool. That's typical Zoro. Yeah. Pika is pretty funny as far as like villains goes. So then we move on to Zoro, like I said. Very cool. I think like a very cool way that they introduce it. Like, I think this is like walking elephant island with like a ton of people living on top of it. The Mink tribe natives, somehow they're also connected to Wano, which I think is cool. At first you think like you know, our straw hats that were broken apart, they died or something. Then you realize very quickly that it's a mistranslation. Okay. Then you find out that like the Beast's pirates are fucking OP as hell. It was a real shock when you do find out that the ninja was actually there and they were hiding him, and they were hiding him from everyone. Stop trying to bait me by asking me about my feelings about Carrot. just so everyone can spam that she's like supposed to be canonically 16. Okay, I'm not answering questions at this moment. I will not be taking your questions. And I also refuse to acknowledge that these are supposed to be like fucking prepubescent characters or some shit. This is ridiculous. That is just classic Japanese nonsense. Okay, don't care. Show chat Wanda in Nami's outfit. All I'm saying is like they have no business. Like Oda had no business drawing these fucking characters, okay? Like the way he does. Okay? He just put big titties on a dog? No, nah. Yeah. But also Fujitora summoning a meteor. Oh shit, how could I forget? You're right. The blind admiral letting the blind admiral openly expressing his goals of like destroying the pirates that collaborate with the Navy and allowing them to fucking leave is pretty sick too. Yeah, I bet you look kind. That was also a great moment as well. Oh, how can I forget my favorite character, by the way? How can I forget my favorite mother freaking character? Bartolomeo. Going back to Dressrosa, Bartolomeo is like Oda basically made a meta character of all of fucking Monkey D. Luffy's biggest fans and the Straw Hat's biggest fans, which are ironically all the people that watch the show. And he made him an actual good character, like a cool character who originally looks kind of whack or looks kind of like a villain. He's very villain coded, but then very quickly you find out that he's incredible. As a matter of fact, he's a massive simp, and I saw a lot of myself in him, and I think he's great. He definitely was sick. And now Monkey D. Luffy, after Dressrosa, has a massive fleet, whether he appreciates it or wants it or not. Anyway, he pisses on people. Yeah. So have you ever seen the Parasocial Hell video? Shannon Strucci talks a lot about Bartolomeo and got me into One Piece. So that part is sick. The Tontata is fine. They're pretty cool. They won me over afterwards. At first, I thought they were like kind of cheesy and too kawaii. But yeah. Going back into Zoa, or Zoo, the Zoo arc, the Mink tribe. We find out a little bit about Sanji's backstory here, which is pretty cool. You find a lot more about Sanji's backstory in the upcoming arc in Whole Cake Island, which was incredible. But it's a pretty cool reveal when you find out that like Sanji's last name is Vinsmoke, and he's actually a part of like a kingdom basically that is on wheels. His backstory is pretty sad, but also on top of that, his backstory is pretty cool. Also, Sanji's sister is smoking. Yeah. Anyway, as far as the Zoe arc goes, what else did I have? What else did I think about it? What else? What other opinions did I have other than the fact that I think Oda went crazy with the way that he drew these animals. Okay. Did you like Oda foreshadowing by having his poster say "Only Alive"? Yeah, that was pretty cool. I'm still on Zoo. Hold on. I'm still describing Zoo. Anyway, they form a new alliance. they find out about the road poneglyph, which was pretty cool. The elephant is from the Void Century. Yeah, that part is sick too. I still don't understand what the elephant connection is to the Wano King, the Wano kid, but yeah. But yeah, inevitably they split up one more time. Luffy and Luffy's group travel to Whole Cake Island with one of the most goated characters, Pedro, which I thought was also very sick. They go there to retrieve Sanji from the political marriage that the Big Mom is trying to facilitate between Big Mom and her pirate group with one of Big Mom's daughters. Big Mom has like 46 children or some shit. She's just popping out babies. Jack got cooked. Yeah, Jack does get cooked at the end, but anyway, that part is whatever. What is this? Kozuka Oden is introduced. The Ninja Pirate Mink Samurai Alliance is formed. The crew splits up again. Pedro and Carrot become allies. The crew learns about the road poneglyphs and finds their first one. So, Pedro and Carrot are great. 86 kids, not 36 kids. I think 46 of them are daughters. She has 46 daughters, but 86 kids in total, or 85 kids in total, which is insane. So, Big Mom, I'll say this much. When I first started the Whole Cake Island arc, I personally thought that it was going to be kind of lame because I'm like, ugh, like it's all, what do you mean? It's all about like a person that wants to eat cake. And Big Mom does get a little annoying because she's constantly screaming, wedding cakey, and things like, mama, mama, over and over again. And you hear it probably like 1,000 times throughout this long ass fucking arc. Okay. I mean, it's crazy. All of the fucking characters are related to like pastries or delicacies, food and whatnot, which I think is like fine. The entire wedding cake shit does get a little maybe too overplayed. Big Mom is literally brain damaged from childhood. Yes. Here's the question for you guys though. And this is a very serious question. Did Big Mom actually eat her mother and all of the other orphan children? Because they kind of imply it, but they don't actually say it, but they imply it. Because, like, obviously that's how she got her mother's power, her mother's devil fruit power. She had to have eaten the mother. That's how she got her devil fruit. Yeah, okay. They don't actually... I thought maybe they cut it in One Piece or something. They kind of allude to it. But they don't actually personally show it. Yes to the mother, not to the kids. Mother Carmel. Yeah. Her backstory is also insane. I felt kind of bad for Big Mom, despite the fact that she's like, wedding cakey, over and over again. When you find out that like her parents left her there. But yeah, no, she definitely has like hella... She definitely has like a lot of issues, okay? She is emotionally stunted, but also phenomenally powerful. But she sucks. She sucks ass. Okay? She sucks absolute ass. And it's annoying. But this is also where we find out, like, when she does her whole, like, story. When she does her whole, you know, tea party situation, wedding situation. You get a better understanding of all these like new characters that have been around for the whole time. Like having the she doesn't suck ass, she sucks souls. She sucks souls and ass. The Luffy Sanji moment was really, really emotional for sure. Where Luffy's like, I'm not eating, and he goes on a hunger strike until he can get Sanji back. Sanji kicking Luffy's ass and being like, get the fuck out of here. You're just like lowborn. You're nothing to me. You ain't shit. All this stuff kind of fucked up. You know, that was a sad moment, even though, you know, Sanji's heart is not in it. Sanji's backstory is incredible. Big Mom just wanted diversity for real. Yeah, except she's also obsessed with having giants. that she also beat the shit out of and killed and was like excommunicated from. Okay, so then she's like trying to recreate her own giants. She's insane, bro. She's a cannibal. She's the worst. Yeah, Luffy tries to rip his arms off to save Sanji, to tell Sanji the truth and to get him out of there. Luffy's dripping whole cake is insane. Controversial opinion, hated the Italian fits. Okay. Brook finally pops off on Whole Cake Island, so that's kind of cool. Brook versus the whole crew. He like one-shots basically the entire mission. Like an entire side quest, Brook one-mans himself, which is wild. Which was not expected. So Brook carrying and being the MVP on Whole Cake Island arc was a fun moment. Jinbei leaves the Big Mom Pirates crew and joins the Straw Hats officially. That's pretty sick. But Big Mom is like obviously so shitty that like half of the fucking daughters that he has are fighting against her. You know what I mean? Like, for example, the sexy fishman daughter that she has, fish woman mermaid daughter that she has, that is like married to the other fishman guy, Jinbei's captain. Or even Pudding. Controversial opinion, Pudding is hot as well, even though I feel like Oda doesn't know how to write like a BPD ass chick. Like Pudding is basically Oda trying to write a classic trope. Okay? And Pudding is Oda trying to write like the classic trope of like the BPD girl. Okay? Pudding is 16. Okay, shut the fuck up. I don't know how old any of these characters are. And obviously, it doesn't fucking matter. They're not drawn like they're 16. Shut the fuck up. You don't have to constantly be like, they're actually 16. Like, I get it, dude. Yes, the Japanese pervertry is heavily a part of this. It doesn't matter. It does nothing to the story. Okay? Smoothie Princess is also incredible. I thought it was really cool that... Okay, here's what I will describe, okay? As far as Pudding goes, nothing changes in the plot point. It's never mentioned that she's 16, and nothing changes in the plot whether she's 16 or 18. Who gives a fuck? Shut the fuck up, okay? It's weird when anime is drawn in a way where you have like a very obviously fully developed person that is consistently pointed to as like, this person is 17, by the way, 17 and a half. Make no mistake. This is literally below the age of 18. It's weird, okay? But it's way weirder when it's like very clearly a child, like a baby, okay? And they're like, no, this is a 3,000-year-old dragon. It's varying degrees of weird, but one I can at least like not think about at all. The other one is like impossible not to notice, and it's like fucking odd. Anyway. So stop being that fucking weirdo person who's always like, oh, they're 15, they're 16. Like, shut the fuck up. Okay? Yeah, I read the manga. I'm just finding out Pudding is 16 today. What the hell? Yeah, I had no idea. They don't even mention it at all. I think chatters are just fucking basically making it up. But the weirdest is the 300-year-old vampire transforms into a 6-year-old. Yeah, I feel like knowing what their ages are is like even weirder because they rarely ever mention the ages of any of the characters. So you just like went into the deep lore to find out how old the characters are. Okay? What else? What else? Oh, let's talk about Charlotte Katakuri. Katakuri is probably one of the few instances where you just have a very straightforward villain. Okay? So in many ways, it was refreshing because One Piece is very unique in the way that One Piece is very unique in the way that like all of the villains and all the main characters, they're all their powers are so weird. They're all goofy as fuck in different ways. And then you have Katakuri, who is like literally just a straightforward badass. Okay? And not only that, but also his power, other than like his OP observation, Haki, his power is almost identical to Luffy's power. Okay? The Mochi Mochi fruit is basically very similar to the Gum Gum fruit. It's almost identical. So the reality is that, one, I will stand on this, Katakuri would have beat his ass. Katakuri would have fucking destroyed Luffy. Okay? If he didn't do a self-imposed, if he didn't do a fucking self-imposed last second, like, I'm gonna be a good guy and stab myself, okay? He would have kicked Luffy's ass, and he does. He basically beats his fucking ass up and down, and then he nerfs himself. I also like him a lot because, like, he's probably the first lieutenant that Luffy fights that is more powerful than him. Like, very openly more powerful than him. He just fucking, bro, he literally whips Luffy around, okay? That's where you also realize, like, man, Luffy's powers really do have a ceiling here, okay? And the ceiling is like the 10-minute marker. Luffy also reveals Snake Man, which I think is very sick. I think Snake Man is way sicker than the other rubber band one. This is also the most Dragon Ball Z ass fucking situation. Okay? This is like the most Dragon Ball Z ass fight sequence. It goes on for 100 episodes. Okay? It's a great fight, but god damn. It goes on for so long. And the venue is fine, but I fucking hated the additional sounds in the mirror world. Where the chirping sounds in the mirror world, I hated that. 22 or 26 exactly. Yeah, it's long as fuck. It was very much Dragon Ball Z coded. Okay. Dressrosa is all filler because I had to wait for the manga to catch up. Yeah, except I watched it on One Piece, so I didn't see any of the filler. Did Luffy lose this in your opinion? Yes. I think Luffy 100% lost this. I think this dude basically taught him how to beef up his observation haki and took an L. Okay? And I think he took an L on purpose. That's my take. I haven't seen anything more, so don't spoil it for me. I haven't seen like if he comes back in Wano or some shit. But yes, I think Katakuri would have beat Luffy's ass. Okay? First character with a $1 billion bounty, 1 billion berry bounty, and you know why. Because he is so fucking goated, okay? Straight up. I loved it when like his lore is that he's perfect and he's never actually put his back on the ground. But then when he eats his little donuts, he like goes into a house that he builds for himself and then eats his donuts inside of that house. So even then, there's obviously a very, there's a very classic Oda like quirk that you have to put on every single fucking you have to put some kind of quirk on every single character. But like I said, Katakuri is like the closest you get to like a Bleach style character, in my opinion. Because like, who are the other, think about it this way. Who are the other fucking major players here? Bitche. Okay? Tank Man with his fucking tank. A woman that looks like she is supposed to be from a different anime that, you know, turns everyone into a smoothie. You got Oven Man, which is, you know, it's pretty straightforward right there. But like Bedge's power is really cool. Okay? And then you have Katakuri, who is like who just is very, I mean, he's just very chill with it. He's very cool. He's very badass. He just looks like a real fucking, he looks like a normal anime protagonist or antagonist. The cookie guy was fine too. You are the reason why I watched 1,000 episodes of One Piece nonstop for 5 months. Yeah. Good luck on your Crunchyroll endeavor. I'll be honest, it's like hard. I don't know how the fuck you do it. Bedge's shot with a pistol on Oven was epic too. What about the first Sweet General Luffy fought just at the beginning? He was fine, but he wasn't all that powerful. Luffy ate his way out of that battle, it feels like. So that wasn't like that crazy of a fight. Actually, they make it seem like that dude, was his name Cracker? Was that what it is? General Cracker? Is that why you guys are asking? Oh, yeah. He was like not very... He was not very memorable, I'll say. General Cracker was not very memorable. Anyway, yeah, Luffy just straight up ate his ass directly. Did you like Kaido intro when he jumped off the island? Yes, it was so sick. Yeah, he's the final boss of white people. When are you getting back to politics? I don't care about this Tapa shiz. I don't know what you're talking about, but Sapa the hour. What? Ad break? Damn, Chatter's getting literally low scores on the Jabay right now. That's the first time a chatter has gotten low scores from other chatters. Yeah, you fucked up on the delivery there, didn't you? Here's a 3-minute ad break now, though. You're right. Minor spelling mistake means you got fucking rolled. I want to hear about the Kamehame smoothie. I want Smoothie Lady to turn me into a smoothie, okay? That's what I want. There you go. I said it. I want to be turned into a fucking smoothie myself. Yeah, she was great. What is this whole cake?
Has anyone ever thought about how it's perfectly reasonable for Big Mom to have wanted to kill the Straw Hats? Like, imagine this. You are the Emperor of the Sea, Big Mom, and one of the islands under your territory is Fishman Island, and the only thing you ask from them in exchange for protection and whatever the fuck else they get from you being an Emperor of the Sea, the only thing you ask from them is that they give you some snacks, one of your favorite snacks. It's like a fish snack, whatever. You love it. You like it a whole lot. So you call them up and you're like, yo, where my snacks at? And this lunatic picks up the phone, gives you his full name, address, and social security number, and is like, I ate your snacks. Now what? Like, you don't even know this person, and he's just off rip starting a fight with you. So you send some of your cronies to spin the block on his ass. But in the middle of that, you come in contact with some very useful information. One of the Straw Hats is actually a prince with the Germa Kingdom, okay? Now, you see this as an opportunity to get what you want and also knock off every single member of Germa, all right? Now, keep in mind, Germa is an evil island. Like, they're all just vile, so this isn't even like a morally dubious thing. So you end up kidnapping Sanji, and you know that Luffy and the other Straw Hats are...
Okay, to be fair, her interest in the German kingdom was literally their cloning operations, though. They're literally like... Germans are basically like, you know, they're the closest you get to the Nazi shit, okay? It's an entire kingdom, specifically... It's an entire kingdom that is not even a kingdom. It's a kingdom without a fucking actual landmass. So it's an island, it's a kingdom on wheels. And Germa 66 has like the Power Ranger Nazis at the tippy top. And the entire fucking principle behind the Germa island ethno-state thing that they're fucking trying to create is that they want to dominate all the other places, and they want to get, they want to win, like, they just want to take over. They want to take back what's theirs.
They're probably gonna come to Whole Cake Island to get Sanji back. So that's a whole other plan that you have to set up for them. You're waiting for them to show up so that you can take care of this lunatic that ate your snacks, okay? So they pull up just like you thought, and they run into one of your best generals, okay? Luffy, the crackhead that challenged you to the fight, ends up in a fight with your general for 11 hours. And after that, he ends up getting assaulted by his own crewmate. And after that, you send one of your armies to go beat him up and throw him in jail. Okay, so this is going pretty according to plan so far. All right, now one of your sons is the jailer of the place that they're locked into. It's Luffy and Nami, and they're in jail. And one of your sons is watching over them. Now, you don't really know what happens after this point, but the next you hear from your son is that he captured them and he executed them. It kind of sounds like he's lying, but you don't really know why he would lie. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, if he's lying, that actively puts everyone on your side in danger, so you just can't figure out why he would do that. But to be fair, you know, let's put ourselves in Opera's shoes, okay?
Spoiler after 12 minutes? What?
Like a couple episodes, watched your own mother indiscriminately murder one of her sons. Like, and that was for no reason. So, I mean, you fucked up.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like Big Mom is insane. Like, she just gets hungry and has hanger pangs, and then will just murk her own fucking son like it's nobody's business. Okay? Bro, this whole review is spoilers. What? Yeah, it very clearly it is making it's joking about Big Mom.
You allowed this crackhead to escape prison and just run off into the night. Like, that could very feasibly have some consequences. But, you know, you think to yourself, I can lie, it's fine, you know, like, sure, he escaped prison and he ran off, but he still has to fight a whole ass other army to get to anywhere on the island. The wedding's tomorrow, like, and even then, like, you know, Katakuri's gonna be there. Like, you think there's no way he's gonna make any problems. This starving, sleep-deprived crackhead, you think there's no way that he's gonna possibly fuck this up. So it's the next day, the day of the wedding, and this is around the time where Big Mom pretty much is removed from the narrative, and I'll explain that later. But now we gotta look at it from the perspective of Katakuri, okay? You are Charlotte Katakuri, the strongest member of the Big Mom Pirates besides Big Mom herself. And it is your job to be security at this fucking wedding. It's your job to make sure that no fuck shit happens at this wedding. And you're pretty confident at that. You know, you've got a 1 billion berry bounty. Your ridiculously strong devil fruit helps as well. And you've got future sight, so you can look into the future. You're also still on alert because you're Katakuri. You know, you're just always on guard. You know, sure, Luffy...
So much poise. So much swag. Katakuri, for having the power of mochi fruit, which is like kind of whack in the same exact way that Luffy's gum fruit is whack as fuck. Okay. Honestly, it's just like he is the quintessential Sigma male, okay?
Is dead according to the most recent intel that you have, but there could be other Straw Hats here. There could be somebody here that wants to try and hurt me or my mother or anybody else. You don't really know what you're looking for, but you're on guard. But either way, the last thing you were expecting was this starving, sleep-deprived crackhead to jump out of the wedding cake and start whooping everybody's ass. Like, that is not, you did not see that coming. You're so startled that when you just randomly access your future sight to make sure that everything's gonna go right, when you see this happen, when you see 100 starving, sleep-deprived crackheads jump out of the cake, you are so fucking flabbergasted that it takes you extra long to process it. You can't even do anything about it. Like, there was time to do something about it, but because you don't quite know what the fuck's going on, you're frozen. Someone has to ask you, yo, Cat, you okay? And you're like, listen, something's about to happen. That's all I can say. Get ready. So 100 starving, sleep-deprived crackheads jump out of the cake and just start beating everybody up, like just assaulting everyone in sight. And you understand, like,
it's not too whack due to it being Logia. Like, the mochi isn't like the wax fruit. It's straight up a Logia. So I wouldn't say it's like the gum fruit where initially you don't have many benefits. I guess. Okay, I won't watch after the 12th minute.
All right, this is probably like a trap or a trick or something.
Wait,
either way,
it's
like,
not a Logia?
There can't really be 100 Straw Hat Luffys. Like, that's not a thing. We got to find the real one.
I think it's just like Luffy's. It's just like Luffy's fruit, isn't it? I felt like it was. It feels a lot like Luffy's fruit. Like, because I feel like it was supposed to be like a direct like a direct comparison to Luffy's. And when you hit him and he like changes his body a little bit, it's in the same way that like when you hit Luffy, because he's gum, it doesn't actually like penetrate him. You know what I mean? I think the reason why people think it's a Logia fruit is because like with Smoker can like manipulate his body, and then and that's the reason why people think that it's a Logia fruit. But I don't think it was a Logia fruit at all. I thought it felt a lot like it was a direct comparison to Luffy's fruit. That's what it felt like. But yeah, he was dodging with future vision. He was dodging with his observation hockey. He wasn't actually.
So someone yells out,
Anyway.
"Show yourself, Mugiwara," and you're like, all right, that's a good start. Like, other people are catching on to what we need to do, but there's no way he's going to, you know, announce himself in the crowd and ruin whatever plan that they've got. And to your surprise, this starving, sleep-deprived crackhead, the real starving, sleep-deprived crackhead, raises his hand, tells you his full name, address, and social security number, and says, now what? It's at this point you immediately understand this motherfucker is dangerous, all right? Your eyes lock and you're like, fuck everything else going on. It's me and you. I have to deal with you. It's got to be me, because if I don't, I'm scared no one else is gonna. So you devote all of your attention to this lunatic that has now just announced himself to you. So you start fighting him a little bit. But in the middle of that, because you focused all your attention on Straw Hat Luffy, one of his crewmates manages to exploit your mother's one and only weakness. Now, this is a weakness that pretty much turns her into a rampaging monster, effectively pretty much ending her role in the plot and reducing her to a plot device for the entire arc. You don't know how they're gonna stop her, but the emphasis is on they. They have to deal with that bullshit. You look at your mother right in her eyes and go, yeah, that's, you know, you got a lot of sons and a lot of daughters. I'm taking care of the crackhead that broke into my sister's wedding. You guys have fun. Sorry, this is what I came here to do. I'm wedding security. This guy's got to go. Sorry. So you chase the crackhead out of the wedding. All right, but somewhere along the line, it looks like he has kidnapped two of your sisters. Now, your sisters have two really powerful devil fruits. One of them lets you go into the mirror dimension, and the other one lets you alter memories. You don't know what this starving, sleep-deprived crackhead is going to do with those two devil fruits, but the potential alone scares the shit out of you. You mobilize even more people. Like, we got to stop him.
Oh my God. Oh, the other part where I also teared up was when putting at the end. Oh God, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Putting at the end when she walks up to Sanji and takes the cigarette out of Sanji's mouth and then kisses him and then takes his memories out and cuts them and wipes his memories so that Sanji will then continue on his journey with the Straw Hats instead of like constantly worrying about her, because Sanji is a massive simp. It's so sad. Oh my God. Oh, it's so sad. The other part of the story that's also very sad is Pedro. Pedro is such a sick character. He's such a fucking cool character. But I very quickly got angered because Pedro, you know, he goes out like the brave Mujahideen warrior that he is, but then at the end of the day, he allowed them to escape in that moment, but he still only took out Candyman's arm. You know what I mean? And it sucks that, like, I mean, I know his time was up, right? I know he was going to die. But the fact that he wasn't able to at least take him out completely, it made me so mad. It made me so mad that his sacrifice wasn't in vain, but that fucking piece of shit candy clown, he got away.
I don't know what's gonna happen, but we gotta end this shit right now. So you chase him all the way to the ship. All right, you start beating up any of the crew members that you can, and you know that they can't beat you. So you think, all right, so it looks like this is finally over. Like, let's end this. And then this lunatic grabs you, throws you into the mirror world, and then jumps in after you, and then he breaks the exit. He seals off the exit. So let's really put yourself in the category shoes, okay? You have chased this starving, sleep-deprived crackhead out of your sister's wedding after he just assaulted everyone there. And then after thinking that you have him cornered, he straight up says, "I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me." And then gets ready to fight. You are terrified. You understand better than anyone in One Piece at this very moment just how dangerous Luffy is and that you need to take him seriously. He starts fighting, you start fighting, he starts trying to transform. You're like, no, fuck that. I'm not even gonna give you time to do that shit. I know I can beat you, so I'm just gonna fucking end this shit. You beat him up and you use your devil fruit powers, your awakened devil fruit powers, to bury him in mochi. Now you say to yourself, no one's ever escaped my mochi.
So this is a bit of a spoiler, I guess, but the awakened devil fruit powers, I suspect, is like what Doflamingo has, right? Like when Doflamingo is able to manipulate everything around him and like turn everything around him into the strings. Like I feel like that's the final stage of your devil. That's the final stage of your devil fruit powers, right? Like where you can basically alter the environment around him according to your alter the environment around you according to your power.
He's done. It's over. It's fine. We should be good. So you clock out for your lunch break. All right, you go and you start eating some donuts. 7 minutes later, that crackhead has broken the door down and he starts trying to fight you again. You're like, how are you? Why? Can you give me like 30 minutes, bro? Please. How the fuck? How are you even still here? And Luffy simply explains, oh, I just ate the mochi. So you have now fed this crackhead, giving him more energy to keep fighting you. So you keep beating his ass, all right, until finally he runs out of hockey. And he's like, oh, fuck, I need 10 minutes. And you're like, well, fuck that. I'm not going to give you 10 minutes to keep this up.
For the record, that was my favorite part. That was my favorite part of that fight. Because it's so stupid that Luffy is always able to get away and, like, breathe for 10 minutes so he can come back with hockey again. And like that was the one time he's like, no, motherfucker, what do you mean? I'm not letting you get away with this shit. What the fuck? What do you got? Plot armor? Which he still does end up getting away with it, but it's still like at least there's an attempt there. So that's good. You know?
I'm ending this. So you start chasing him around the mirror dimension until he runs into your sister, which controls the entrance and exit of the mirror dimension. You think, oh no, this is horrible. He takes her hostage and he flees. You go, fuck. But low key, you're kind of relieved. You know, you're 48 years old. You can't be fighting for 11 hours.
Okay, that's the other part that's like crazy. I didn't know Katakuri was 48
hours like that, you know? The sun is going down. So that means you've been chasing this crackhead around the island like all day. So you get your breath and you start looking for a way out, and then 10 minutes later, guess who you see? But that lunatic, that crazy ass crackhead coming back to run the ones with you. You almost shed a tear, you're so tired.
Yeah, it's the third secret type, by the way. Brulee is the third secret type of woman that Oda likes to draw. Okay. The two types of women that Oda likes to draw are like impossibly sexy and impossibly ugly and nothing in between. Or the secret third type of woman that Oda will draw is literally impossibly sexy body and then like the impossibly ugly face built on top of the impossibly sexy body. And Brulee and that doctor also fits that bill. It's just so funny.
You are so old and so tired. So you keep beating him up until something starts happening. All right? He starts closing his eyes as if he's trying to anticipate how and when you're throwing hands. You're like, what? Are you trying to be a Jedi? Knock it off.
Oh, what is this? What is Charlotte Amande? Impossibly sexy. That's so dumb. What a question. Yeah, no. Charlotte Amande is on the impossibly sexy side. Yeah, she's the throat goat, dude. What are you talking about? Next question. Yeah, look at that neck. No, I personally think that Big Mom Pirates officers, out of all the Big Mom Pirates officers, like Charlotte Smoothie is literally insane. Like, she didn't have to go that hard. Okay? Like, Oda did not need to draw her in the way that he did, but he chose to do it anyway, and it fucked me up. Okay? There you go. This is, once again, the classic sexy body, but then also what the fuck's going on there? Charlotte Smoothie is out of control. Okay? Charlotte Smoothie is out of this world. She's out of control. I want her to turn me into a fucking smoothie with her legs. She also basically looks like she's from a different anime the entire time, which I thought was really funny. Like when she has that hat with like the one, like you can only see the one eye. She literally just looks like she's from a different anime, and she was just like propped in there. She looks like she does not fit in One Piece. Okay, I don't know how else to describe it. There's a lot of like JoJo coded characters in this universe, but what? Trisha Paytas did a segment about you today. So random. They think your dad's a billionaire and you fly in private jets, but also you are Oscar. Just knows you're hot. I don't think they know you're friends with Ethan. What? Trisha Paytas did a segment about me and said my dad's a billionaire and I fly in private jets. The one time I flew in a private jet was with Trisha Paytas, and it was a David Dobrik private jet. Yeah, she was there. Charlotte Smoothie's role is so shit in the story. Private your Twitter, a fucking storm is coming. Wait, what? She said the private jet was mine. That's awesome. I don't think any single person would believe that, right? Right? They're trying to turn the gays against you. Yeah. Anyway, all right, let's continue. So, the other thing I wanted to say about Whole Cake Island before we get to Reverie, which is obviously the last part, of the saga that I want to talk about, was fuck, what was I gonna say? Because Reverie was insane. Reverie was so much lore dumping. But what the fuck was I gonna say? God damn it. I feel like Smoothie was underutilized for sure. She could have had a bigger role, I think. My queen. But you know, that's fine. It's neither here nor there.
Let's finish this. But he starts dodging your hands. You're like, are you fucking kidding? There's no way he's turning this fight into a training arc. And you know, that's not fair. Like at that moment, you literally think to yourself, that's not fair. How it's supposed to go, if I'm way stronger than the protagonist, then the protagonist...
I literally saw that Trisha TikTok today.
Interesting.
No idea. You know who else was on Big Zerto? Another
Who?
straight man.
Straight man.
Hasan was on.
Hasan.
He's straight, right?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Who are we talking about?
What's his last name? Piker. Moses knows him.
Yes,
I was
Young
like,
Turks.
and he's Twitch streamer. I'm like, Moses is.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't care about this. You guys are real perverts, dude. Drama perverts. What was I gonna say? There was another thing I wanted to talk about, but I'm forgetting. Shit. Colby revealed during Reverie. Yeah. But that's Reverie. Hold on. I'm gonna get to Reverie in a second. Whole Cake Island. There was a couple other points that I wanted to address in Whole Cake Island that I'm not remembering right now. What else? The Mink's secret power is cool. Oh, the musicals. So I thought, like, I mean, obviously, like, Whole Cake Island is Oda trying to do. I felt like Oda trying to do like a Wizard of Oz, like Disney style musical thing. Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz, Disney style musical, which I thought was like kind of weird. I didn't really like the I didn't personally like the musical side of it that much. I'm not like a big fan of musical anyway. Subbed, it's creepy. Yeah, it wasn't the best. I guess the last song is pretty good. But other than that, wasn't a super big fan. But let's get to the motherfucking incredible arc. Okay? You forgot about Jinbei and Morgan's? No, I didn't forget about Jinbei. I mentioned it. Low-key music has always been important to One Piece, though. Okay, I'm gonna say something that's controversial. I feel like there's like Oh, Morgan's is the news guy. Yeah, he's great. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, I thought Morgan's was sick. Fake news. Fake news. Morgan's. Also, Morgan's working with fucking Cypher Pole CIA lady. Come on, dog. Fake news. Come on, man. Morgan's is literally working with the CIA where they like hang out a little bit. Working alongside the CIA Cypher Pole. Come on, dude. Come on, brother. Anyway. Big news, media mogul news, making fake news. Yeah. Also, Bird and Birds ain't real. All right. Anyway, not political, though. One Piece is not political. Oh, the thing I was going to say about One Piece music is they're controversial, but like there's 5 songs, dude. There's literally like only 5 different songs for like 1,000 million episodes. We need more songs. They're all bangers, fine. But like, dude, come on, dude. The first time I heard a new song was the entry into Wano with the sitar. Holy shit. Up until then, it's literally fucking 5 songs. And I'm being nice when I say 5 songs. In reality, there's 3 songs. And then sometimes they play 2 additional bangers. And that's it. It's so crazy that this fucking show, this goddamn show has literally had 5 whole songs for 1,000 episodes. Sure, they're great. Like, obviously, my favorite is the dun, 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 like the epic one that I play all the time. This is like the trap version, obviously. This is the clapped out version, but like, it's crazy to me. Dog, the One Piece OST is like 3.5 hours long. 3.5 hours? Really? I don't think so. Bump, bump, bump. Bum, 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. To be fair, Toy still uses sound effects that were used in the original in 1989 Dragon Ball and One Piece. They are a shitty ass animation studio. Yeah, it's just like. And then this. Yeah, I mean, this is the one. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. It's always this, bro. This is always the song that's playing. Music of One Piece. More than 100. Wait, what? More than 100 musical CDs have been created in the media franchise? I don't believe it. I don't fucking believe it. I don't believe that there is. First of all, half of these are probably from movies. None of them are featured in the fucking TV show. And the other half are all basically like the same song over and over again. Okay? Yeah, this is another goated one. Yeah, there's a lot of one-offs, but the ones they play all the time are the same fucking songs, dude. All the song variety is pre-time skip. Yeah. It's nuts. Oh, and this probably counts the opening songs too. The intro songs don't count. I'm talking about the soundtrack. Okay? It's almost always the same theme with like some variety on the same theme. It literally feels like there's 5 songs. There's 3 songs and then like 2 extra songs that are also repeated sometimes. That's it. I will stand on this. I feel like there needs to be more. There needs to be more songs. Like, come on, dude. It's 1,000 episodes. For how big One Piece is, I don't see One Piece orchestra events like Nier or Final Fantasy. Yeah. Yeah, and then this. Who could forget this? There are so many One Piece orchestra events. Anyway, what is this? Oh, this was a good one too. I think we're. Anyway. The very, very, very strongest. So is that from a movie actually? I don't know. Anyway, listen. All I'm saying is more songs is a necessary thing for One Piece. Okay. It'd be nicer if there was more than fucking 5 songs.
Protagonist has to get like a training arc, a magic weapon, go Super Saiyan, something. All right, Luffy straight up just said, I bet he'll get tired of beating my ass before I get tired of getting my ass beat. And he was right. You are so tired. You have hit him so many times. Every hit connects and he goes down every time, but he keeps getting up. It's almost inspiring. Like every time he gets back up, you hear Eye of the Tiger, and it kind of pumps you up a little bit. But you know, no matter how much...
Terrible take. We Are is the only song One Piece needs just on loop like it is in my house. Yes, We Are is probably the greatest anime intro song of all time. I do agree with that. For sure. Not the strongest opening, but it's a classic. It's permanently stuck in my mind. So bro, read the manga when you catch up, please. Anyway, I don't want to watch the rest of this because you said that he has spoilers in here. But yeah, let's move on to Reverie before we forget. You see these? I don't know if copyright. All right, let's get to Reverie, okay? Oh my God, the Revolutionary Army. Holy moly. Reverie's kind of sick. You know, you got, this is where you're like, damn, Luffy is such a big dick bandit, okay? Luffy's basically on the 767 private jet whipping his gum penis around, okay? And now it's gotten leaked. He's got $1.5 billion, 1.5 billion berry bounty, okay? He's like Drake up in there. He's Drake up in the fucking Going Merry, whatever the fuck, okay? He's whipping it around. He's slinging big cock, okay? That's just the truth. That is just the truth. His fucking shit's flapping around in the goddamn wind. I don't give a fuck. 5,600 soldiers ready to fucking ride or die. This bitch doesn't even drink the fucking sake with them. And he's still out there going about his business, trying to find chicken wings left and right. Meanwhile, motherfuckers are willing to die for him. Okay? Motherfuckers are willing to die for him. He has already at this point basically struck the hearts of every goddamn princess. Okay? From here to every far corner of the planet. Okay? All the princesses are getting together and they're like, oh my God, I want to fuck Luffy so bad. I love Luffy. Luffy is the sickest. We stand. Luffy is the best. Everybody literally is just, all the princesses are like, he has the most effortless Riz. Okay? He's the most Sigma. He's the most Alpha. Fuck it. He literally is the beta too. Okay? He's everything. He's got all the princesses wrapped up. Okay? They can't even see anyone else. He's literally fucking Ace. Not Ace in the sense that like the greatest character Ace. I'm of course talking about how he's asexual. Okay? And it doesn't even fucking matter. Boa Hancock loves him, but you thought Boa was enough? You got all the princesses that are like, oh my God, do you know Lucy? And then the other girl's like, no, I know Luffy. We all love him though. Okay? We all love him. They all love him. Nothing sicker than the fact that you're out there, okay, dick flapping in the fucking wind, letting your nuts hang on your way to motherfucking Wano. Meanwhile, literally 50 of the world's 170 nations have gotten together and they're all sitting over there talking about, damn, this motherfucker is powerful as hell. What the hell is this? What the hell? What the hell's up with this boy right here? What was going on? Okay. He literally is a harem anime at this point. Everybody's talking about Luffy. Everybody's talking about the big dick bandit. Okay. They're like, why is he so strong? Why is he so powerful? People are like, yo, Luffy, your dick too brolic. Okay. Your weed too bad. Your bitch is too hot. They'll kill you, Luffy. And that's what they're talking about. They got men simping for him. You got fucking, yeah, Akainu is pissed off. He's like, fuck this guy. Fuck this guy. What's he doing? You got emperors calling one another on lines that are authorized. Okay. You got emperors calling one another up. Okay. They're like, hey, what's up? No, I'm going to kill Luffy first. The other emperor's like, no, fuck that. I'm going to kill Luffy first. They're fucking eating each other's asses trying to get to Luffy first. He's him. Okay. It's crazy. It's cool as hell. It's sick. Then what's Shanks doing? What's that? Oh, that's right. Shanks is out there having a little conversation. What's that about? We find that we find out that Shanks is talking to the what's the guys? The 5 dudes, the 5 dildos. I don't know what the fuck they're called. Okay. Don't know what that's about. Don't really like that. Feel a little suspicious about that. Okay. The 5 elders. Why is Shanks talking to them about a pirate that he wants to talk to them about? Why are you talking to the elder, Shanks? You're a fucking emperor. Chill out. Okay? Then, one of the things that I found that was really interesting is the 5 elders also reveal that, as a matter of fact, one of the princess's dads, the one that's like gonna die, he has cancer, Cobra or whatever, the one from Alabaster, he actually is a descendant of the fucking celestial dragons who just stayed in the lower world, okay, in the nether regions or whatever. So I don't know what that is going to reveal later on in the lore, and don't spoil it for me, but I do find that really interesting. Okay. But yeah, no spoilers. I am done with Whole Cake Island. I'm in Wano now. I'm in the first episode of Wano. But overall, in the opening of Reverie, when you get the fucking Revolutionary Guard, when you get the Revolutionary Guard commanders, I was like, God damn, these guys are so fucking sick, dude. Revolutionary Army's flag, not the coolest. I will admit, not the biggest fan. She's out of control, by the way. She's got, I mean, this is a ridiculous character. Like a ridiculous character. Holy moly, dude. Holy fucking moly. They're dope. Don't want to misgender them. I don't know what's going on with the gender stuff here, but they're also out of control. They're sick as fuck. Okay. I'm pretty sure her rallying cry is just basically fin-doming all of the peasants into a peasants' revolution. Okay. Her fruit is basically like, look at my titties. Won't you fight for them? Okay. And then everyone's like, of course I'll fight for that. Are you crazy? All right. Let me wave this flag around and rally everybody. Okay. And then you got like weird steampunk nerd guy who has like steampunk gadgets and gizmos. And then you have this fucking sick little thing, this sick little number, Mr. Crow. I like them all. I just think that it's dope that you have a revolutionary figure that is openly now revealing that they're going to go to fucking battle at the Reverie, dude. And what do we find out? We found out something really sick in the Reverie arc as well. We found out that Kuma is also a part of the Revolutionary Army, but he, as a former king, was literally fucking made an example of. I love that. I love that there's like so much Kuma lore that I just am completely uninitiated with. It just kind of comes out of nowhere. I think it's fucking sick. Okay. Kuma, very excited. Bro, you don't know anything about Kuma? Egghead is wilding. I don't even know what Egghead is. Like, is Wano over? Is Egghead like a side separate arc or something? Because on One Piece it says Wano is not over, but then there's also Egghead too. So when I get there, I'll learn about it. Don't spoil it. But anyway, Wano is so last year. Okay, whatever. Well, don't spoil it, but and you have the girl that can like transform. She like sneaks in to Marjorie or whatever the fuck is called. The place where all the celestial dragons are. Then you find out that there's the one celestial dragon that is actually kind of nice with it, who was like defending the mermaid princess, who I fucking hate, by the way. Oh my god, she's such a little crybaby. Oh my lord. I'm mad that the celestial dragon wants to fucking enslave her in front of everyone else at the Reverie, because he's like the one with the fucking, you know, mental health complications. Okay, there's the one celestial dragon who's like very obviously a byproduct of like incredible amounts of incest. Okay, I fucking hate the little fucking wimpy crybaby massive mermaid. Okay, you have the power to literally get like sea titans to go and fuck shit up. Okay, how are you such a bitch? How are you such a bitch and a half? You literally fucking cry all the goddamn time. You're so fucking annoying. You can literally summon leviathans on fucking command and you're constantly like, oh no, oh, is that a forest? Like, shut up. Yeah, it's a fucking forest. Fuck you. Okay? God damn, dude. She's a traumatized child. Yeah, I know. It's I get it. But at that moment, I'm so fucking annoyed by her constant, incessant crying. Jesus Christ. That I literally was like, maybe this is perfect. Maybe if she's fucking enslaved by the celestial dragon, she'll be so goddamn annoying that the celestial dragon will fucking kill himself. Okay? Jesus Christ. It just pisses me off. I don't like it. That's the one trope that I despise that Goda definitely engages in, which is like the annoying princess trope. Bro, she had a pedophile chasing her in Fishman Island. Law, I don't blame her. Bro, she could have eaten the pedophile if she wanted to. She's massive. Okay? Anyway. By the way, bro, she was 8 is so funny because this is the character that people are talking about. I don't know how old she is, but it's really funny when chatters will be like, bro, what are you talking about? She's 8. For the uninitiated, this is what she looks like. Okay? No, bro, she's not fucking 8, okay? She's... Look, even here, she's crying. She's always crying. I just want to know how her little ass mom gave birth to this, okay? I know Pop is pretty fucking large. I don't even want to know how they had sex. But I definitely don't understand how the fuck her little ass, like Luffy-sized mom gave birth to this goddamn behemoth, okay? What kind of fucking growth hormone situation occurred there is crazy. Fish lay eggs? She used to be smaller? Yeah, whatever, dude. I don't know what the fuck's going on. That thing stretch. Yeah, Luffy literally nicknamed her Weepy Hoshi because her crying annoyed him. I know. If she's 8, someone's got to check Oda's hard drives for real. No, I don't think she's 8. I think they're just saying that. What about Emu and the giant straw hat? What do you mean? Oh, Emu the shadow person. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that's about. I have no idea what that is, but I also hate that fucking little freak prince, the one that is like technically Sabo's stepbrother, okay? Who's like, oh my God, I can't wait to like, you know, get my way to the top and become a fucking celestial dragon. It's like, fuck you, dude. Shut the fuck up. You're bitch made, okay? Stop with this nonsense. It's really annoying, okay? And then out of nowhere, they just revealed this fucking shadowy figure. First, they revealed that there's the throne at the center of the earth. No one can sit on it. You're not allowed to sit on it. And Stelly's like, I'm going to sit on it. Fuck you, Stelly. Sit on this dick, okay? That's number one. Number two, the throne's supposed to be empty. All of a sudden, we find out the 5 elders are actually there. And the throne doesn't actually remain empty. There's some fucking shadowy figure who sits on it all the goddamn time. Okay? What the fuck's that about? We don't know. I don't know anything about the shadowy guy. But they talked about like eliminating the light of like a person. And I'm a little worried about that. Okay? I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. I don't know what he's like talking about, but I don't know who they're going to... The elders also talked about doing an ethnic cleansing and how necessary a cleansing is. And then also that like they're gonna destroy the light of like one person or like remove them from the memory. Maybe he has like some kind of fucking void powers, like somehow ties to the ties into like the lost years or whatever. But yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Not ethnic, just cleansing. Okay, don't spoil it though. But yeah, the Void Century somehow I feel like ties back to the Void Century. But that's it. That's where I'm at. What's wrong with community notes? Just genocide. Like, the website is run by Hitlerites, I think, which is pretty obvious. Like, we know that already. So that's why the community notes reflect that Hitlerian style of politics, that distinct Hitlerian style of politics. Anyway, but I'll just say this much. I've been looking forward to Wano for a while. Ever since I met the samurai characters in Punk Hazard, I have maintained the position that like Wano is supposed to be a stand-in for Oda's feelings about Japanese culture, I think. And I don't know if that's going to be correct or not, but like obviously we know that characters have like real world nationalities, right? That like they draw inspiration from. Zoro being a police officer and Japanese and being racist. I think that's definitely I think that's definitely like it says something about like what Oda thinks about Japanese culture in general. I think how strict the samurai are and how traditional the samurai are. I feel like it's a commentary on what Oda thinks about Japan, maybe, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm totally wrong about it. Wano is in Palestine. Skypiea is, yes. So yeah, we'll see. Oda's take in the women of Wano. No spoilers. Wait, what? Love that. Wano, Reverie, and current arc is the best of One Piece. You are in for a treat. Well, I'll tell you this much. Reverie was insane. Okay? Reverie was so jam-packed. Was so filled to the goddamn brim. And we'll see. We'll see what happens in Wano. I am very excited to watch it though. What do you think of Fugitora in Reverie? The snippet of what he wants? Wait, which one is, what do you mean Fugitora? Which one was that one? In Reverie? What did he say? The blind guy, the blind admiral. What did he say in Reverie? I don't remember. Oh, didn't he show up to Marineford or New Marineford or whatever? And they were like, what the fuck are you doing here? You're not supposed to be back on any kind of like marine ship until you find us, until you bring back Luffy. Yeah, I mean, he wants to abolish the warlords. That's his main motivation, right? Which I kind of get. Like, I get it. Dude, if I'm in the fucking Navy, if I'm a sea cop, okay? If I'm a goddamn sea cop, okay, why in the ever-loving fuck would I create a bounty system where, like, the absolute worst of these motherfuckers I'm actually now giving immunity to? Like, that's crazy. It makes sense. It totally makes sense. I'm like, I'm a sea cop. Why the fuck are we hanging out with these worst, with the absolute worst motherfuckers, and we're publicly giving them immunity? It's like, isn't this basically creating a system of one, corruption, and two, a reward structure for like the absolute worst people? No, fuck that. I don't want to have these fucking militants on payroll. Like, these guys suck. And I think like Fujitora is another one of those, like, there's always like a kind of a good cop dynamic. I think Oda, very interestingly enough, like has this very weird approach that is so fucking political, but I don't think he's like personally all that political. I joke around about how he's like a revolutionary person or whatever, but it's always interesting to me that like he tries to show that there are, you know, good cops, but they still do cop shit and are ultimately bad because they're still doing cop shit. And I feel like that's a very, I don't know, there's a very woke person in general. But I do personally love that there are, yeah, look at the duality of this community, except everyone sees the top of the hour ad break. That's like the one uniting factor, unless they're subscribed. You think him being blind has a meaning there as well? Well, he says he blinded himself after he saw something vicious, right? I don't know if it was like... I don't know what it is. Wano is overrated. It's only because of recency bias. All I'm saying is, it is shocking to me that a dude who is like, it's shocking to me that a dude, here's the 3-minute ad break now, by the way. It's shocking to me that a dude who I don't know anything about in his personal life, and I'm only making inferences off of like what kind of art he's made, has like such interesting political takes. I don't know if I'm like massaging his takes or if I'm reading too much into it, and maybe he just made like a regular all fucking story. Okay. But it does feel like there's a lot of politics involved in it, in the way that I see the world, at least, where even the fact that like he talks about, he creates a world where like you got sea cops, you got a one world government, they're fucking corrupt as hell, they're doing slavery, and they're also like very liberal in the sense that like they act like they are the preservers of or they're the ones who are like keeping the world stable, but there's a big secret, they're hiding the big secret, we don't know what the fucking big secret is. And but even then you have like, you know, Garp, and you have Fujitora, and you have all these other, what is this? Garp, my children will become proud soldiers of the Navy. His children. Yeah. Oda literally modeled the Revolutionary Army off of Che and Castro. I know that. Look. You don't have to do a biographical reading for your interpretation to be legitimate. That would be the intentional fallacy. Like, there's that. There's like all the references to like Che Guevara and things like that. But then there's also, yeah, Al-Kiji left the Marines after losing to another, almost gave up on his justice too. There's another one, like the only good cop is a cop that left the force type shit. You're scared to believe, aren't you? No, you know what I'm actually worried about? Because like I talk about One Piece being like a very leftist anime, I'm worried about it like reaching like so much momentum that people just genuinely ride for it in that same way. I know this community wants to believe it, and I know there's plenty of fans that even outside of this community that like universally also probably see it in a similar fashion. But I do worry that like, I do worry that like one day Oda is going to make, my biggest fear, this is so dumb, is that he's going to come out and be like, I'm not a socialist. I hate socialism. Especially because like there are so many fucking annoying One Piece fans who are like, this is not political, this is not political, this is not political at all. And it would be like a tremendous amount of fucking heartbreak if that was the case. You know what I mean? Oda comes out and is like, you guys read into this completely wrong. You guys are so wrong. Especially that one guy, I don't even know what his fucking name is, that fucking fake socialist hypocrite billionaire fail son. HasanAbi Piker. Fuck you guys. It's actually very capitalist. It's not even political, but if it was political, it would be fucking capitalist. I actually love the one world government. Actually, fuck socialism. He says that. And if that's the case, I die right in that moment. Yeah. My normie friends, after watching Trash Taste episodes, started saying One Piece is political because it is. It is political. There are entirely too many political references and too many power dynamics, including like little Easter eggs about like genuinely revolutionary figures. And it would be a wild heel turn for the Revolutionary Army to not be the good guys, but instead to be the fucking bad guys somehow. You know what I mean? I had no idea you were in One Piece, bro. You mean into One Piece? Yeah. So that's what I worry about a little bit. Don't know if you've seen this. The fashion of One Piece.
What a character wears is an easy way to show what they're all about. A loud suit turns this Jimmy McGill into Saul Goodman. Gohan wearing a purple gi shows his respect and admiration for his one true father, Piccolo. These chunky shoes show that Sega was really banking on soap shoes to become a thing. One thing that always bothered me about cartoons is characters never change their damn clothes. And I mean,
except for One Piece, where they fucking get dripped out all the time.
I get it. You gotta make turnaround sheets for every single costume for consistency's sake, and it bogs down the machine that is animation. But one series says fuck it. From the outside, it may seem that One Piece characters only have one fit, but trust me, that is only for promo art and ads. After author Ichiro Oda knew that One Piece was sticking around for a bit, he started throwing Straw Hats into all kinds of banger outfits, and I just wanted to share some of my faves. Now honestly, Luffy doesn't change a whole lot. The first difference we get is in Skypiea, where he opens his vest. Okay, I'm being a bit disingenuous. He also has a bracelet. Okay, but the first real change is when we get to Enies Lobby. On face value, it doesn't look too different, but I feel like there's a bit of subtle storytelling in simply changing Luffy's color palette. We swap the bright red shirt for a darker maroon and give him black pants. He's wearing the same style, but with these darker colors, it shows that he's still the same Luffy, but he's serious now, going against the world government. And this trend follows throughout pretty much the entire series. Once in a while, we'll get things out of Luffy's normal
this was my favorite Luffy shirt.
Wheelhouse, like the intro to Wano or the Whole Cake Island suit, but for the most part, the kid sticks to his bread and butter. That being said,
oh, by the way, from Reverie to Wano, the jump in like animation goes crazy too. I must admit, it goes extra hard, and it literally turns into an entirely different anime. Like, I thought that was also sick. Like, Wano's animation is wild, and it turns into a very different. It went from a 2010 show to a 2020 show. Yeah, no, literally, the animation got so much fucking better. And it actually shocked me. Wait, Wano Act 1 versus 3 animation is night and day too? Wait, it gets even better than that? Yo, that's crazy. Why did it take until like 2019 for the animation to make such massive jumps? Anyway, that was another thing that I saw. The new arc literally has 2030 animation. They got new art directors. Anyway, like the outfits are sick. The like what I've seen so far, because like Luffy and them haven't even reached Wano yet. Or like I think Luffy's like underwater or some shit with the squid. That's the last thing I saw on Wano. And I don't know. I thought it was dope. I thought it was like really sick, like the way Zoro looks and stuff.
Due to Luffy's very attractive and cute design, you can put him in anything and he absolutely rocks it. In comes the One Piece Gucci collab. Here we have Luffy wearing some high-end fashion, and every single outfit is a slay, man. Like, I don't even know if this is actually Oda's art, but they matched it very well. His expressions are great. His vibe is fucking 10 out of 10. Luffy wearing Gucci. Who would have thought? And going into more non-canon, I think one of my all-time favorites is from the film Strong World. It's a fun play on his regular outfit with some extra accessories to play on his adventuring
I've watched 0 of the movies, by the way.
aesthetic. Ever since Strong World, Oda has had more of a presence in the movie's production.
I watched 0 of the movies. I don't know if I should watch any of the movies. I don't really care. Are they even relevant to the plots? No, right?
So, going forward, all the outfits that the Straw Hats wear in the movies are killer. Zoro's character is so cool, and it's such a shame that the man never changes his fucking clothes. I get it. The dude canonically does not shower, but he has not taken off these pants for the entire series.
He's
One
right.
exception is Dressrosa,
Well,
which I love. Now, this is just a personal thing.
he wears
but
a suit
characters
in Dressrosa.
suits are a hit for me. I don't know. They look so damn cool. And seeing Zoro in a suit is such a breath of fresh air. He looks awesome. Going back to the Strong World movie, in the finale, all the Straw Hats get dolled up. So this outfit isn't so dissimilar from this one, but I wanted to diversify a little bit, so we're choosing Dressrosa. The other movies like Z and Gold have Zoro in more business casual, which look absolutely amazing, but all that being said, these are not my favorite. This one's rather...
Wait, what? I'm skipping this, right? He says spoiler ahead for Egghead. When does the spoiler end? I have to skip it, right? Because I haven't seen this. Who linked it? Austinox did. Just the fits, don't worry. Yeah, but he gave a fucking spoiler, dog. It must be skip to Nami.
Similar stuff up until post Alabasta. My theory is that the Straw Hats actually had money now and they can afford to splurge a little bit. And it's really tough to pick a favorite pre-time skip. I mean, Skypiea is really fun with the pigtails and beachy vibes. Water 7 has this...
The fuck was that? Bro, wait.
And they can afford to splurge a little bit. And it's really tough to pick a favorite pre-time skip.
Was that a remaster?
Really fun.
I don't remember Skypiea looking like this. Did they like remake it or something? What the fuck?
Pigtails and beachy vibes. Water 7 has this button up and tie. Super cute. Both Thriller Bark outfits are amazing. Post time skip has been kind of rough with no real standouts except for one, and it's got to go to this dress in Whole Cake Island. Oda, please. Personally, I love it when Nami does things with her hair. I'm not a big fan of the long hair of post time skip, but when she does fun stuff,
Bro, Nico Robin, Miss All Sunday. Anime peaked, okay? When you want to talk about best girl, All Sunday Nico Robin is literally the peak, okay? Pre-time skip Nico Robin is all hits, okay? It's all hits, no misses. Everything is a 10 out of 10. The greatest crime of all time was making Nico Robin more Caucasian and deleting the bangs. Okay? That's it. Unacceptable. But Miss All Sunday is literally the greatest, most peak, most excellent version.
I think it looks really good.
Let's
Robin
go.
struggles in the same way with having no real post-time skip drip. The only one that I really like is Egghead Island, but I'm not picking that one. So we have to go to pre-time skip where there are some bangers like the goth mommy dress in Thriller Bark, and the return of the cowboy hat in Sabaody is fantastic. But is anything ever gonna top any Slobby? The black leather dress with the white
Okay,
fringe
this was a pretty fire one too, but Miss All Sunday is the peak, I think.
Except for it does. Strong World, the first outfit she wears, Robin in glasses, this freaking dress, Strong World solos, sweep the competition. I don't make the rules, I just follow them.
この俺を敵に回したことを後悔しね金魚すくいの名人の称号を持つこの俺をすげえあんたすげえよすげえだろ嘘じゃないだ
No, all Sunday mention means that this is like completely, this is fraudulent. This is fraudulent activity.
嘘だと言ってくれ嘘
Back to someone who never changes. Usopp refuses to take off these fucking overalls. If I had to choose, I'd probably go with Dressrosa. I think the helmet looks pretty cool and the jacket.
I don't like Usopp's drip at all. I think Sanji has like a lot of cool drip. Sanji's worst drip, in my opinion, might be the fucking what do you call it? The one where he's on Zoo.
All the colors
is Black History Month. I don't care, man.
Match very well. Really slim pickings from you, Usopp. It's such a shame too because Oda can draw Usopp in some fantastic attire. Looking at some of the colors.
Bro, the fact that he missed this is like, that's a miss. Miss All Sunday is ethereal. Sanji's weakest drip clears Usopp's best drip easily. Yes.
Color spreads that Oda has done. He has some great outfits for Usopp. One of my personal favorites being this one where his hair is down. I mean, he's either wearing a hat or he has his hair up in a ponytail. Oda, let Usopp's hair down. You're literally nerfing his sexiness. You know, and it's wild because Usopp is literally the most creative Straw Hat of them all. And I wish he would express that more in his outfits. Look at any one of his costumes from the movies.
Yo, that's sick.
You can't tell me the kid wasn't up all night designing these things. Come on. As I said before, characters and suits are a hit for me. So of course, Sanji's design is one of my all-time favorites. He always looks great, but honestly, I feel like the most fun is when he's outside of the suit. And I ain't talking about butt naked. Both Skypiea outfits are great, giving him this more relaxed vibe and putting him in shorts, showing off them hairy legs. And heading into post-time skip, I think there's a sleeper outfit in what he wears to Zoe. I think the colors look
That's the one I didn't like.
fantastic. The jacket looks
This is the one I actually didn't like. Okay, me and this guy were fighting.
so cool, and Sanji in glasses is always a treat. Another one that I
like Sanji in glasses. I think that outfit that he wears is probably the worst one.
enjoy is his Germa raid suit. That being said, it's very short-lived.
This fucking no! I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. I didn't see that, dude. What the fuck? Okay, I didn't technically see it. Okay, that's fine. I mean, look, I saw and I knew that he was going to inevitably try the thing because I did see in the beginning of Wano where they're fighting over the canister. Watching OP vids is a bit idea because there will be spoilers, no doubt. It's from a movie. Damn, he went into
the
Brook.
first time he's had his afro be different colors. He looks so cool. But on the complete other side of the spectrum, you get metal pirate core Brook with this spiky afro and leather all over. This shows that Oda can still dress Brook, so let's hope that he's in the kitchen right now cooking something special for my boy.
I skipped Chopper because I don't really care.
Oh, Frankie. So obviously the bit is that he only wears a Speedo, so it's kind of tough to give him different outfits. I mean, 3-time skip.
Yeah, when I found out that they forced Oda to make Tony Chopper not a monster, like kind of like animal looking monster, and instead this like cute ass fucking little thing so they could sell merchandise, that's when I felt vindicated about my feelings on Chopper. I don't think Chopper is, I think Chopper is like a cute character, fine. But I do think that, I do understand that, I understand Oda's decision originally. Like when he first reveals Chopper, he's like a monster and he's like kind of a human. At least he has monster form, but like I wish he kept up like a human looking monster form all the time. You're gonna hate Zoo, lol? No, I didn't hate Zoo at all.
He was just changing out shirts. Going back to Strong World, I think this leather jacket looks so fly on him. And I mean, the stars on the Speedo are fun. But then we get the post-time skip and things get a little tricky. On one hand, we get Frankie in more out there outfits, and this is exemplified with his new hair changing concept. But on the other hand, it's beholden to this design. Now, we're not here to talk about character designs, but post-time skip Frankie makes outfits look very weird. You mean to tell me this guy and this guy are wearing the same thing? Some color spreads have Frankie in open jackets or tank tops, which I think look fine. I mean, Film Red went full on metal with him as well, and this looks sick as fuck. But in my opinion, I think that his outfit in Egghead Island plays into his new robot design perfectly.
Okay,
Last but not least, we have the newest member of the DK crew, Jinbe. Even though
I hate post time skip Frankie. Okay. I'm like worried that there's gonna be more fucking spoilers in here, so I'm not gonna watch the rest of it. You are literally Frankie. I will take on that I'm Katakuri, but I will not. I refuse that I'm Frankie.